Hey y'all, what is up? My name's Caleb and welcome to the Challenger Lives. This week we try to wrap up the fuel tank. We get a sick new fade and just stick around to see my amazing welding skills. And come on, this Challenger ain't gonna revive itself. Come here. Come here.
Okay.
There we go. Really cool. So what this is for is to seal off from the gas tank. See the gas tank right here?
Yeah, but why does what I'm asking is why does the rubber not reach where it should?
Oh, I know, because this is not the correct pan, so we're gonna have to do some. That's why this is here. We're gonna have to do some stuff here.
Like adding, do you have the engine? Do you have stuff like that?
No, we got the engine. Remember? You've seen the engine, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. Yep.
I haven't.
You want to see the engine?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go see the engine. Mm-hmm.
So we should drill little holes in it.
Yeah.
And then we can make it a little, cut it out a little, and then put it on top of that.
Okay.
And then drill it into that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it stays in.
Yeah. That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll try it. See, on the original trunk pan, there was a little indentation here. It went down and kind of like a little divot that was right in here. So this seal set right down nicely inside of that and then kind of bumped up to the tank right here. But since they've come in and replaced just this flat piece of metal, it's making all this really weird, the angle of it and everything like that. So plan is to come in and weld in some little tabs right here where the screws should go, just some tabs, just kind of spot weld them in and then drill into that, because this metal is so thin when I try to even drill into it with some self-tappers, it just strips itself right back out. So that's the plan anyway. So we're just trying to grind it down right now to see if we can just get something to weld into place right here. And then we can screw this down securely just to kind of cover up this hole as best possible. So what we're going to do right now is I just picked up a little piece of sheet metal, and we are just going to try and cut either some squares here or a strip off of this and kind of just tack it into place along that hole, just to give the self-tapper just a little bit more beef to grab into in that pan. And I hope it works. We'll just see. I know the right thing, we've discussed this, would be to cut out the pan and do all that good fun stuff. But hey, don't you guys want to see this thing on the road and running? I do too, and that's all we're gunning for. It's not right, it's not pretty, but we are just, temporary solution to a very ugly problem that we just kind of want to cover up and keep our fingers crossed, because my welds are beautiful like bubble gum, and we'll just see what happens. So, hey, you know what? I'm not an expert, but you got to try it. YOLO, or something like that. So, all right. Don't do this at home. I have a stain grinder, and it's out in my other little shop, and I just don't feel like going to get it right now. So don't do as I do, okay? Be safer. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So now we're left with just some 4 little tabs. Can you see those? Yep. I honestly cannot believe I'm about to show you my welding. I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, I can't believe I'm about to put this on YouTube. But here we are, you know, here we are. And, you know, if I do get around, which the plan is to put an exhaust on this sucker, an actual exhaust, then yeah, I think you're gonna see a lot of amazing welding come from me, and maybe I'll just grow as a welder. That would be pretty cool to actually happen. Anyway, so let's try and see if we can make these work. Biggest thing is just not burning through, So you can see I did one here, I've done one here. I'm gonna try to do one back here. It's covered up by this little seal, and back here. This seal is just gonna be fun to get back to these little spots, but we're gonna try. So that's really just all I'm trying to do, is make little tabs to give the screws a little bit extra meat to grab into. Is it pretty? Heck no, dog. But does it maybe sort of, it might work? We'll see. We'll see. Yes, I am actually going to show you up close my amazing welds. Yes, call me, you know, call me your local just welder here, you know, local. I'll weld up whatever you need, you know. If you like bubble gum and popcorn, I'm your guy. Woo, there you go. So something I'm going to do here real quick before I move on, I'm going to stop and scrape this all down really good, a little bit better, and just cover that up with a little bit of that rust converter, sealer paint, whatever, just to get this kind of from just rust and whatever, because it's bare metal now. Woo! Well, it's definitely not pretty, but it is done. It's done. It's in. It's screwed down and it's in, and it's ugly. And you know, we're just gonna. I think we are gonna do that. We're gonna order a trunk mat, and we're just gonna cover all that up, and it'll just be, yeah, another one of our little secrets. But hey, it's not about being pretty. It's just about getting this thing back on the road, man. So that's what we're going for. Next thing we're gonna be going after is the Vaporline bulkhead. Comes as a kit, comes with a gasket, the stainless steel line, the tubing, everything like that. And what this does is it just makes sure the tank is properly vented. You just want to make sure that if you do plan on installing this bulkhead kit, that you order the correct filler neck, as the filler neck has a little spigot on the top of it that it all connects to. Reason being, we want to make sure this tank is properly vented. Depending on where it was going, East Coast, West Coast, it had different regulations when these cars were built. And, you know, certain, like in California, that had to be vented and return lines, a lot extra tubing and stuff like that. This tank doesn't have that. So we just want to make sure it's properly vented. So stock Challenger, most of them, not every model, but they would have actually a little oval right in here where this would just sit over and screw in. And actually underneath, and I don't know if you haven't told how custom this is. It's just super custom. It's not stock. So underneath there's actually, you can see the original little oval for this to sit in. So what we're gonna do, actually, instead of just cutting a massive big hole in this, I am going to, I've got a vary bit, wherever it's at, whatever I did with it, I don't know. Okay, I've got a variable bit, and I'm just going to kind of see how big of a holes we need to do right here, and we're just going to vary bit in there, and just slip that in there and screw that in place, and then we will run our stainless steel line and connect that all up, and that just kind of slides right through there and just vents down there behind the tires. Since I want to get the correct placement of this bulkhead, I know I was like way over here, whatever, but I want to get the correct placement of this bulkhead. It's going to sit right in here. It is always a bummer sandwich when you just shoot a bunch of stuff and then you're like, hey, if I turned on my mic so people could actually hear me, that'd be like really cool and stuff. So yeah, gonna reshoot this. So this is what your vapor bulkhead is gonna look like. So we've tapped it out into the floor right here, and then we connect it right here with the hose to the little nipple coming off this fuel filler neck. Like I said, you'll wanna make sure if you're gonna run this sort of kit that you buy the correct fuel filler neck with the nipple. So this kit is for 74 e-bodies. So it should work with Cudas as well, but don't take my word on that. And now we will take you underneath. So props to my lovely assistant, Emmy, my daughter, for holding the light for this shot for us. So to your right there, you'll see the bulkhead where the hard line comes out, and then you see the slot to the left in the frame rail, and it just vents right into the frame rail right there behind your rear tire. So that is how it should look whenever you're done. There you go. Oh, hey. Shoot. Hey, so that's gonna do it for another episode of The Challenger Lives. Hey, if you made it this far into the episode, I just appreciate you following along. We got that fuel tank put in there, and that was kind of a fighter, wasn't it, for us? But it fought us a little, but we did it. And next week, we're going to move on to the AN fuel line, get that installed, may even do a little how-to on putting those lines together. So keep your eye out for that. And then we're going to move on to some funner, cooler stuff. You know, rear bumpers are exciting. So we're gonna do that next, and then who knows where this project car journey is gonna take us. But we're gonna ride it out, you know what I mean? That's what we gotta do. So hey, if you made it this far, I just appreciate you smashing that subscribe button and just going on this journey with me, and we'll see where it goes. Anyways, hey, the Challenger lives, you know, so just don't mind me, because I'm gonna sit here and dream of it living for a little bit. You know, just gonna sit here. So catch you guys next week. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna live, aren't you? You're gonna live. Yeah, roast them tires.